going on, everybody out there? This is Popular Stranger, and we are back at you again today with another Madden 22 Ultimate Team video. In today's video, I want to talk about power-ups. We're going to take a look at the most expensive power-ups in MUT 22 right now and talk about maybe investing in some of these things as well, and overall just what's the move on power-ups. Now, before we do all that, I just want to kind of give some advice as a MUT veteran here. I've been playing this game for a while. Right now, this early in the year, training is super expensive, and we're looking at, on average, about 58 coins per training point. I've said this in other videos, but this is a good video to say it as well. Don't feel the need or the rush to power up all the cards on your team right now this early in the game, because think about it this way. We just got to the month of September. We have a long way to go. Even during just the prime MUT content season, it's really like August until the end of the Super Bowl and maybe shortly after that. What I'm getting at here is there's a lot of more cards that are going to be coming out. A lot more good cards too. And to power up a card right now with the cost of training, which is only going to get cheaper as the year goes on, it's just a little bit unnecessary. Unless you need it for a Team Chem specific reason, or if you need a specific ability, I can totally understand that. I can justify it there. But the way chems work right now with strategy cards, you know, that's a good addition to the game. And you don't really need to power them up to get them to a certain overall to then be able to put, you know, like a ×2 or ×3 chem on them like we've had to do in years past. So all in all, don't feel the rush to power up your cards. In the long run, it's going to save you money. Wait until certain market crashes. And when I say that, Friday was a great example, right? Coins per training have been somewhere around 52, 53, 54 coins per training point over the last week. Friday, new promo came out, Campus Heroes. We saw training get all the way down to about 42, 43 coins per training point. That is a great time to go in and buy cheaper training and then use it for power-ups. Now, the market's gone back up. We're expecting some promos this week. Hopefully, Ultimate Kickoff is coming tomorrow or very, very soon. But the market's way up right now, and if you're out there buying training today or yesterday or even Saturday, surprisingly, you're just throwing away coins at this point. So I don't want you to do that. Number two, this is probably for more beginners, but if you don't know how to power up cards or you need help powering up cards, we do have a tutorial out there that you can watch. We're going to link that down below as a pinned comment in the comment section, so you can go ahead and tune into that video on how to power up cards. So what I did is I pulled together a list of the most expensive power-ups in the game, because some of these you might want to chase. These could be opportunities to make coins. We're going to show you how, but I would recommend doing this like once a week throughout the entire year, because these prices will fluctuate. There's going to be some names on here that you would never expect. There's going to be some common names where their power-ups are going to go up in price. So the first thing I would say, right, is you're going to go to MUT.gg, best website for MUT information other than my YouTube channel, of course, and you're going to click Madden 22 players. It will bring you to this screen where it shows you all of the cards in the game. And what I simply did is, if you look on the right here, we did program, we sorted by power up. I put the market as PlayStation because that's the market that I play on, but you can switch it to Xbox or PC. And then all the way at the bottom, you want to choose sorting and click pricing. Once you're done with that, you click apply filters, and boom, here we have it. These are the most expensive power-ups in the game. Now, a couple days ago, when all of those Campus Hero power-ups got added in this game, this list looked incredibly different. But I want you all to stop right now what you're doing, pause the video if you have to, go look in your binder. If you have any of these cards right now, in my opinion, I'd probably be selling them. Anything that's about 20,000 and up, I would be selling. Now, if you don't have any of these cards and you either need them because A, you want to power up this player, or you intend on powering up this player eventually, or B, you want to try to find them, pull them, sell them, make some coins off of them, well, we can do one thing, and it's a great way to kind of clear your binder out. If you have a lot of lower overall cards, you're going to head on over to the sets. A lot of times people will open up the Get a Player pack. Let me rewind and just kind of show you that here. There is kind of a method behind it, but it's very tedious, and right now I don't know if it's, you know, it's really worth doing it. But you can go and open up this 500 pack here. It's my face cam's in the way, so let's go to this screen. And here it is down here. So 500 coins, it gives you a 62 plus player. You open it up. In this pack, you're either going to get a silver card, a gold card, or a power-up. If you pull a power-up out of here, 9 times out of 10, it's going to be a profit. Right now, this early in the game, I would say any power-up that you have that's not selling for a lot, I would hang on to, especially if it's a player that hasn't gotten like their first upgrade of the year, because I can't name them off the top of my head, but there's so many power-ups out there right now that are probably 1,000 coins. And one of those players is going to randomly get a free card from a random promo, and all of a sudden, because that card is free and everybody wants to power that player up, that power-up's going to shoot up in price. So at this point in the year, I would not be selling any power-ups that are, I would say, even under like 5K. If you have any power-ups that are 5K and under, hang on to them. Wait for them to get an upgrade because they could shoot up in price. Now back to what we were talking about kind of just collecting power-ups, whether they're ones that are expensive right now or ones that could be expensive in the future. The best thing to do, you open up that Get a Player pack. If you've been getting Twitch drops, you're probably got a lot of silvers there. If you've just generally been opening packs throughout the year, you probably have them there. You're going to go to Exchange, you're going to go to Player Exchange, and you're going to take all of your low silvers. Low silvers are 62 to 65 overall cards, and you're going to put them into this set, all right? So just like this, just like we did right there. In return, you're going to get a 66 to 69 overall silver player pack. Now, when you open this pack, you're going to get a player that falls in the range of 66 to 69. If you're lucky, you may get a power-up. And remember that list we just took a look at of the most expensive power-ups in the game? Well, there's 3 of them that kind of fall in that 20,000 range that are in this 66 to 69 pack. We got Raheem Mostert, okay? He was going for, I think, if I look over here, about 29, 30K. At one point earlier in the year, he was around like 40 to 50K. Dante Jackson, the reason that his power-up is so expensive, he got a superstar card. His card isn't even really that great overall, but he's fast. And so that's another kind of, advice, right? None of you thought that Dante Jackson was going to have a power-up early in the year before the Superstar promo that would sell for 30, 40, 50,000 coins. Well, guess what? He got a card, a kind of a glitchy card, and not a lot of people expected, and boom, it went up in price. Again, that's why I reiterate, I would not be out here selling your power-ups if they're like 5K and under, because you just never know. So now moving on, you would take then all of your high silvers, again, which are the 66 to 69, and you can put them into this low gold set. And this pack is going to give you any card from 70 to 74. There's a lot of gems in this one right now when it comes to power-ups. We went over that list a moment ago. George Kittle, he's one of the highest, the second highest at 33.9 thousand. That's what he's selling for. We have Justin Fields, Deshaun Jackson. We have Darren Waller that's in this pack. So there's a lot more opportunity. Not only are you kind of pulling here for power-ups, but also you're starting to get golds, and we still have Team Diamonds to come out. I would be hanging on to these golds as well. And then lastly, if you want to take it one step further, you can take all of your low golds. At this point, I would be only really, putting duplicates in this just in prep for Team Diamonds. But if you want to risk it, you go ahead and put the card in there. And this is going to take a low gold and give you a high gold pack, which is 75 to 79 overall. And within this pack, you can still get power-ups. Obviously, it's not going to happen every time. You see by this video, we haven't got any. The 2 most expensive ones that would be in this pack are Derrick Henry and Aaron Donald. But continuously go over this list once a week. Check the prices. When new promos come out, new power-ups come out, prices are going to fluctuate on these, but you just never know who's going to get a free card. And then, lastly, we kind of showed you how to get the cards, right? But lastly, let's talk about investments. I will be honest, when it comes to investments, it's very hit or miss. 3 years ago when power-ups came out and powering up cards and all that was new to the game, investing was really good and very, very profitable. And not to say it isn't anymore, but there's so many people doing it that it becomes less rare for people to do, and the profit margin kind of disappears. But, always take a look at players who are really fast, players who have played for a lot of theme teams and might be popular in that sense. And you can just simply go to the auction house, you'll go to program, go to power up, and then I would just do a sort by the various overalls. So the 66 to 69 was kind of that first tier that we took a look at. If you scroll through these and you see any players that maybe you think potentially could be glitchy, or you're waiting for them to get an upgrade, like, Jadeveon Clowney, he's a popular name when it comes to MUT. His power-up's 1.6K right now. might be worth buying. I'm not going to do it, but you know, if you feel, or you truly feel that these players could get upgrades and maybe it's even a card you want, go for it. Next tier up, I mean, Adrian Amos, he's always been really popular MUT player. He's fast, he has good hit power. Definitely an option to get an upgrade. Derwin James is definitely another one. I mean, he's just always had really good cards in the game, and right now, 1.8k for his power up. It just might be worth the opportunity to make more coins by investing on it now at this price. And then my last bit of advice here is when it comes to legends and power-ups, these are kind of forgotten sometimes. So we got LaDainian Tomlinson, we got Bruce Matthews, we're in the 75 to 79 range, Michael Strahan. These power-ups are really, really cheap because you can get them for free. And if you guys were unaware, we put out videos every Saturday on the Legend program. But if you go over to Solo Challenges and then go on over to Legends, every time we get a new legend in the game on Saturdays, they get a solo challenge, and when you beat that solo challenge, you get their power-up. So if I beat this solo, I get Kevin Green's power-up. Right now, Kevin Green, Leonard Davis, the first 8 legends that came out, Revis, Strahan, all of these guys, fairly inexpensive power-ups. But at some point, they're going to get a second upgrade, and people, for whatever reason, instead of going back and playing these solos or hanging on to these cards, they'll just overpay for a power-up. It happens all the time, every year, and when EA announces cards like the night before they come out, prime opportunity to sell them. So for me, with all of these free power-ups that I'm earning throughout the Legend program, throughout the year, just by playing a simple solo, if I'm not using them, I'm hanging on to them because they're going to increase in value. Some might not, but there's definitely opportunity to make coins. So power-ups are still a really, really good way to make coins. It just depends on how you go about it, but that's kind of my information there for you guys. Check that power-up list almost once a week to see if any are starting to rise in price for whatever reason, because there's just always going to be coins to be made there. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. My name is Popular Stranger. I'm out. Peace.